All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to say Thonar is amazing. She made wolves so much easier, and I will say I didn't get broken passes. The only passes I reset for was floor one, because the purple one, where if you get crit and you get debuff by 40% defense related stats, sucks. It sucks so much. Reset immediately. It is such a bad passive. If you're only going for floor two, it might be doable, but later on in floor three, I just don't think it is, unless you get super insanely lucky. But obviously, this is a pre-recording. Also, I need to do this. There we go. So I have it pre-recorded. It took me about an hour, maybe a little bit more, because I did pause my recording in between while logging in, just to make sure that I didn't show my password for obvious reasons. But yeah, let's just hop right on in. I think Thonar is a must get, especially because she's only 242 gems right now. The ReZero units do look good, but like Reinhardt looks like he's a whale unit, and I mean Akina's good. She seems like the most fun in my opinion. Reinhardt looks like an absolute whale support. Hopefully, I can showcase them before they post this video. Kind of want to post them tonight, maybe even before this. But then I also have to do a box review video and review my own box. But yeah, so I this is the gear. So I have attack crit on Thonar or Freyr, HP defense on Liz, attack crit on Melee, and HP attack defense on Thonar. If you are thinking about making Thonar and you don't have any cosmetics for her, like no HP cosmetics, no defense, you are probably gonna have to go HP defense. But I recommend at least investing in her cosmetics because she's gonna be a very good unit for the Wolves later on. Even if just doing floor 1 through 2 is all you can do, I still think that's good. Floor 3 can be very difficult. Like going into floor 3 with good HP, I think floor 3 is easier than floor 2, but going into floor 3 with full HP after floor 2 is very, very RNG dependent. I have the Fat King as a link for Liz because she heals more, so make sure to level up a Fat King. He is a great link for her. I put Freyr Tarmia link on Thonar. You can use blue Tarmia, but I think red Tarmia was like intended for this raid, to be honest, unfortunately. Sariel on Melee because he crits almost every single hit as soon as you get the Thonar passive rocking and rolling. And then we have Freyr with the crit resistance link for Escanor. And then I guess that is my link gear. HP defense on Escanor just because I want Freyr to be as tankier as possible. He usually hits damage cap anyways. HP defense on King. Obviously, it's because you want Liz to be able to have a lot of HP. Attack crit for Sariel. Obviously, if he's a link, the crit damage link doesn't do anything. So if you do attack defense, that's better. But I didn't want to swap gear. And then I have attack defense gear for my Tarmiel on her, just so that she has even more attack. Also, the cards, I think I show it. Yep, so I have a level 3 of the new Demonic Beast card set. This definitely helps out a lot, especially for floor 3 where he tends to freeze a lot more often. Floor 2 is definitely doable without this card set, but floor 3 I just don't think it's even worth it at that point. Alright, so I didn't really explain exactly like what units you could sub out, the card set, etc, etc. So let's just go over the card set real quick. This is the best card set. Is it needed to clear floor 3? No, but it drastically helps. You can use a single target card set. That is probably the second best one. But this one just helps so you don't get frozen. So that way there's a little bit less RNG needed on towards the later stages of the game or floor. Stage 2 or floor 2 is still fairly doable with this card set. The old one, the single target one. But yeah. Let's hop into the units. Obviously, I think I showed the gear. Liz obviously has full HP defense, but I just haven't equipped it. Same thing as King. I think those are the only units without gear. There is a debate going whether you should use attack or HP crit resistance or attack crit resistance. Freyr isn't really ever the option that dies. It's either Liz or Thonar. So if you go attack defense or attack crit resistance, that is completely up to you. For Thonar, Liz, HP defense or HP crit resistance. I have HP defense. If you notice yourself getting crit a lot or some of those things, then obviously you can definitely, go for crit resistance. But I went for full defense just so that they live longer. Because as long as you don't get the worst passive in the game on the first floor, which is this one right here, you're probably fine. Actually, both of these are pretty bad. Go for this one. Go for this one. Go for this one. This is the only good one. The other two just reset. I went attack defense for Thonar because I was going to make an HP defense set, but I was watching Nolly the day the Wolves dropped, or the Thonar dropped, and he said that they patience quite often, and I was like, really? Let's watch this. And I watched him. He had HP defense gear, and she patienced quite a bit, unfortunately, because they kind of cucked over her cards. Because to be honest, the only bad thing about her is that she has cards with the low multipliers. If they were actual good damage dealing cards, like if it was a pulverized card, it would be pretty good, but then it would also be kind of annoying to remove his ultimate. So yeah, you know, but yeah, I recommend attack defense. As for the units, you can sub out Freyr for Scotty or Green Malaska. Those are the only two units you can sub this man out for. I have not seen any other team beat it without one of those three. If you use Scotty, there are so many variations that go into this kind of thing. Like if you're going for floor 3 or for just floor 2. Because obviously you don't want to use a cleanse unit because then you get less debuffs on Scotty, but if you get too many you get corroded, so it's kind of difficult. This is the best team in my opinion. I think that this is the best team. I've seen a Thonar, Festival, Gother, Scotty, and Green Liz team. It's very huge support. You get tons of attack road stat bust because of Gother's passive, his holy relic. You got Thonar, and then obviously Scotty goes unga bunga damage. She's like the only main DPS though, which is kind of unfortunate. Realistically, there isn't much variation, unfortunately. It's still fairly limited for floor 3. Floor 1 and 2, I've seen a King Brawler Bond team where it's Scotty, Blue Brawler Bond, Thonar, and Chad King, I believe is what it is. I'm not doing a video on that. It seems horrible. If you guys have cleared it with any other teams, let me know. But I think that this is the best team, and I go into why I use these links, etc., etc. A lot of people have been saying that their Thonar dies, so I slap Tarmiel on her, and then they say, oh, well, then my Liz always dies. At the end of the day, you just kind of have to build up your units like almost completely maxed. These are their outfits. I'll put this at the beginning of the video. I do this at the end, but I just didn't think about it at the beginning. And then Freyr, he has one maxed out weapon, one maxed out headpiece, so nothing too crazy. Melly is 100% maxed. He's using everything, so I've invested in him. And then Thonar has legitimately nothing maxed, so she could definitely be better if I actually invested in her, but I don't really see the need to at the moment. Maybe later on, but yeah, that is my setup for it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the little guide for the Wolves, and yeah, let me know down below if this guide helped. Peace. But yeah, let's get rocking and rolling. So what I do is I use 3 attack cards to activate Thornar's passive. I believe it has to do damage as well, because on the second phase or floor, sometimes I never get my buff and I wasn't paying attention, so I assume if you patience, it doesn't count. This is in times 2 speed, obviously. I wish this is how the gameplay always was. It's so much faster. So obviously we're going to just continuously single targeting him. I'm going to try to rush the Liz ult because he does whittle you down quite a bit, and you want to get Freyr's ultimate for the second phase. That's what I end up doing. I'm going to keep a Thonar card in hand. The ult removal one, because he doesn't stance up or anything really on this phase, or taunt up. He stances but not taunts. Get a buff removal, that way we get the ultimate. And another huge thing because of Thonar's buff is Liz gets huge attack buff, which is how she heals. Her heal is based off attack, so Liz always heals basically like 70% of your HP bar with a rank 1. Melly gets a huge amplified buff. Freyr hits damage with his cleave card, and Thonar is actually able to do damage. Rank 1 drain is super iffy in floor 2 and 3. I can't lie, her rank 1s. The single target drain has the worst multiplier in the game, honestly, because the difference between a rank 1 and a rank 2 is 150% difference. It's drastically different. Like, not like, okay, so I guess it's like literally like 2.5 times more damage. It's crazy because it's like 120 to 300, I think. It's absurd. So that's why the rank 1 patience is, unfortunately, on floor 2. So you have to keep that in mind. Now, yep, so we're just going to do that. And then we want to make sure we get the Freyr ultimate. I think this phase probably takes me the longest just because it's like, they're just so tanky. I think I single target and then AoE. I can't remember. This like 2 days ago I did it. I've just been putting it off because of ReZero. No, I did get Freyr's ultimate. Never mind. Now, I might reset quite a bit, by the way, because I want to keep my melee cards. Like, if I throw out a melee single target, but then I do like 2 cards before it and I kill, and I waste a melee card, I'm going to reset because I want to keep that melee card. It definitely saves runs. And I think right here is the first time I do it because I hit damage cap twice. Never mind, I did not hit damage cap and I did not kill, but we killed right there. Being able to one turn that floor is so nice. That's the passive you want, by the way, for this floor. The next floors, I don't know what the best ones are, unfortunately. There are some teams, by the way, some teams you can definitely swap out. Like the units, like for Freyr, I've seen a Scotty team going around. I've seen, I might just have to edit in the beginning of the video and say, hey, side note, this is some units you can swap out, because there are going to be people that are going to ask, can you do this, can you do this, can you do this? And if you don't have Scotty, Freyr, or Green Melascula, you're not beating the Wolves. Like, you're just not going to do it. It just doesn't seem doable, like past floor 1. Unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Now, obviously, you want to chip down both sides, so that's why I just do a bunch of single targets, and I just kind of like swap back and forth. Because the White Wolf, can only take like max of 30% max damage or some shenanigan. And then the Dark Wolf takes so much more damage, basically guaranteed crit. It's absurd. Thonar, by the way, 1/6. Really, really good ultimate. She still hits damage cap, even with her not being able to debuff. I don't know why people think it's such a complaint. This is where I reset, I believe. Because I could have went for the heal. So that way my Thonar was topped up. Because I didn't think that one AoE would have killed. I was expecting the White Wolf to like live on 1 HP. But he didn't. Only had to... Like, this one, I think I reset on floor 1 the most because of the passive. And just having to kill them twice at the same time is super obnoxious. And now right here, let's see. If I patience... Yeah, it patiences. Yeah, see, we didn't get the buff because they patience. So I recommend doing the 2 Freyr cards turn 1. That way you can actually do damage. I kind of want to try this Scotty strategy, but it just seems like an absolute nuisance, to be honest. And I already hate doing the Wolves in general. But what I do like is that like the Thonar has a stack. So as you see, I used 2 cards last time and it hit. And now I just had to use 1 more card and then it counted. So I got the stack like immediately. It saves it for the next turn. Unlike Gother, you just get the ultimate. You have to wait 2 turns and then the buff is gone. You have to reset and get all your ultimate gauge back. Because he only drains on the final phase. If he drained the entire time and he always drained Gother, it'd be fine. But he doesn't. It's just super obnoxious. Alright, we got our Techroid stat down, unfortunately. I thought I was going to kill. But, yeah. Unfortunately, just didn't get the RNG. I believe all I just try to do right here is I just try to not let my cards get deranked. What's super unfortunate, though, is that he is going to have the stance up next turn. But I do have the Trader Melee ultimate, so it is fine. If you only have like a 1/6 Trader Melee, 1/6 Freyr, you can definitely still beat floor 2 with this team. I'm not going to lie to you. Is it more difficult? Yes. But you can still definitely do it. I've seen people do it without Thonar already. So it's definitely doable with Thonar when she's just basically a better green Gother. Fast Gother, I guess. The AoE is so good. Like, Melly's Pierce card is crazy good. I don't think we one-turn this, unfortunately, but we do have quite a few heals, so we can cleanse. I think I just try to, like, rush the ultimate. 267k, so not quite damage cap, but still pretty good. And look at that HP. That just hurts the soul. But since I did have a rank 2 heal, it's like whatever. So now I just got all the basic stats, bop, bop, and then I think I actually did waste the AoE. I guess it makes sense because on this next floor, you really, really, really do want, I don't know what this passive does, deals 40% additional damage when the hero attacks an enemy with a lower attack. This one definitely sucks because, like, if you get frozen or you get your buff removed, especially melee, they're going to obviously have much less attack. and you get attack weakened as well. Like basically half your team is like subjected to this debuff, so it really sucks. But this one is so nice. This is the best one. The only person that takes more damage is if you get your ultimate gauge drain, and it's only by the white dog. And the white dog doesn't do too much damage, so it's like whatever. Like, even his ultimate is kind of decent. It's mediocre, to be honest. So this floor, this phase, if you don't know, if you attack the dogs more than 4 times, I want to say, they get resurrection, where they revive with like 30% HP, something along those lines. So you do have to just slam them as hard as you can with your melee. Like, only melee or Freyr ultimate. That's about it. You don't want to just chip away with Liz. You don't want to chip away with Thonar. No. Unless it's removing the dog's ultimate gauge, it's not worth attacking the Dark Wolf with any of those 2 cards. Just attack the White Wolf. Just slowly chip it down if you need to get rid of some cards. And yeah. So as you can see, I have 2 melee cards, and I just opt to just like waste cards. I just don't want to attack the Wolf because that's 2 cards. I think he does end up still resurrecting, if I remember. He removed my ultimate, that and hers as well, which really just like hurt my insides. Like, I kind of wanted to cry. I don't just rush ultimate, never mind. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I have to just throw my cards off at this wolf. He'll end up resurrecting, but if you kill the Dark Wolf, you essentially win this stage. Like, it is just so brain dead how easy it is if the Dark Wolf dies, because he just doesn't do that much damage. The White Wolf is like whatever, it doesn't debuff you, so you don't need a rank 2 heal to actually do anything. Like, it's just like whatever. I think I don't cleanse. Okay. Do I reset? No. I guess I just saved my cleanse. For what reason? I don't know, but I did. I guess I was just saving it for like the final phase so I can push into it with full HP. And then I just save my Thonar cards, you know, that way I can slowly drain him every single turn, and he can't really do anything because he can only use 2 cards. So if I ult drain him every single time, he only gets 1 ult. As you can see, he has Resurrection. And I guess I'll let you know approximately how much HP it is, but it doesn't really matter because, like, that's not bad damage. And he has his ultimate again. I just drain him, and I think we kill him this turn, I want to say. Oh, yeah, definitely do. Wish we used the stance card, but... So, like, that's like 30% HP about, 20 to 30. So not terrible. And I think I just, like, use some cards just to chip some HP down, so that way they lifesteal a little bit. Like, 15k lifesteal, pretty good. 346k. Really, really solid in my opinion. This is 4-3 now. I don't think I reset No, I think did I reset once on floor 2? Maybe. I can't remember. I might have just cut it out completely. If so, it wasn't that long because it only took like an hour-ish. Which is a really good run, in my opinion, for this. Like, the bird took me 15 hours to beat. Like, even with Matrona. Like, it was genuinely brutal. Because we just didn't have Trader Melee, we had to use Brunhild. So, yeah. Alright, and now we go to floor 3. They do huge damage, but since I don't really get crit too often, so that's why I didn't use attack crit resistance. You could definitely use attack crit resistance, but like, yeah, I think I'm probably going to add in a little section where I say like what you can replace at the beginning of the video, like gear-wise and stuff. Just so that some players can understand why I went with certain gear. Because Thonar, like, if she doesn't get crit, then it's like, what's the point of attack crit resistance? Like, Liz, honestly, probably needs attack crit resistance more because she is just such a squishy unit. I don't think we kill, unfortunately. Nope. If I went with another melee single target, maybe, but we just slowly chip him down because he lifesteals up back quite a bit, but not enough to actually, like, outdo your damage, which is pretty nice. It's not nice, it's still pretty annoying, but it works. So we got the stance removal, we're gonna single target AoE, and then I think we just move cards. Let's see if it does kill, okay. And then melee AoE and bomb. Alright. So I didn't remember this, but since I do have the card set, I could have just moved the Freya card, and then, as I saw right there, I could have just, like, made myself immune because of the card set, but unfortunately, I just didn't. I completely forgot that it did that, because it's not something you really think of until, like, you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't get frozen. It just doesn't really come into mind. Okay, now what do I do here? Oh, I think I kill. Yeah, I kill right here super easily, and then I reset. So that way, I don't have to use that melee single target, because that's a huge card. That is a whopping W card. I technically didn't need to use the cleave card, but I just wanted to make sure I could kill. Now this passive, at the start of the ally's turn, decreases the attack of the enemy with the highest remaining HP by 30% and applies taunt. So my unit is getting decreased with the attack is getting decreased with the highest remaining HP by 30%, and it applies a taunt on them. I don't know what that means. I haven't really seen a taunt. I don't know, maybe they get targeted more. But Meliodas always gets hit with this, and then with the deals 40% additional damage when the hero attacks an enemy with a lower attack, obviously I'm getting attack lowered quite a bit with melee, which really sucks. But it's fine. It's fine. I still do it. I don't think I really reset on this floor too much. Maybe one time. On this floor, I thought that they had resurrection, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, look at that. Like, even with the attack down, like, I have 2 attack lower buffs, but now he removed my buff, so that's actually, like, detrimental. Like, I am taking so much damage. Thankfully, I have 8. Nope. Okay, I mess up right here. Because as you can see, I don't have a buff. Because he removed my buff off of my Liz. So I'm gonna reset right here, but if you watch, the heal is like nothing. And then I heal with the buff, and it's mind-blowing the difference. Because I don't notice it right away. And, like, nothing. Legitimately nothing. Yep, instantly close that. Come right back on in. And then we use 3 attack cards to get the buff. Yeah, as you can see, I'm attacking the white one because I'm like, oh, I don't want to apply the resurrection. But I don't think it has the resurrection on this phase. And then we heal, and it jumps up like an extra 30% of my HP. Which is needed, because I think, yeah, the AoE again, yeah, like, they would have died. They would have died. So we buff removal, we single target just to, you know, lower their ultimate gauge. Just keep the single targets going. Yeah, like, at this point, I'm just like, wait, where's the resurrection? Like, where is it? It should have procced by now. Like, I don't get melee cards for, like, almost the rest of this thing until it comes down to just the White Wolf, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how I live this. Like, look at my HP right now. Like, how do I live? I guess I kill right here, and so that's what saves me. I'm not too sure, though. Like, I have, like, no HP. I have a bunch of debuffs on me. Yeah, Thonar hits so hard. I don't know why people hate on her ultimate. What, 1 out of 6, I probably would have done, like, 250k. Oh, my God, look at that HP. Terrifying. Terrifying is all I'll say. I don't have Liz absolutely maxed out, like her HP cosmetics. Like, I have all of her cosmetics, but they're not maxed. Freyer's, none of his outfits or anything are maxed. I think I have Grand Cross open. I could probably show all their cosmetics just so that if people want to see, I can just show it and everything. Because this is probably going to be my only Freyer Thonar video. Unless some people really want to see some different teams, but I don't think I'm going to do floor 3. That's a huge grind, and I'm going to stick with this team because it's much more consistent. I actually enjoy using this team, except for the Green Liz. Green Liz sucks. We need a replacement for Green Liz, like ASAP, please. Almost killed, but I think we end up getting her ultimate, and of course I have to give Thonar the win because she made this run so much easier for me. A lot of people complain about floor 2. Thonar just keeps getting obliterated. I don't know why. So people are having trouble with it, I understand, because it's a very difficult boss. But I just don't know why some people's Thonar gets absolutely obliterated. Oh, also, I think I show the gear. Again, just in case if you guys somehow missed it. Do I not show it? Whatever. Okay, I guess I'll just go to it. Go to the Wolves. Obviously, I had HP defense on Liz. You guys know that. HP defense on the King. But, yeah, everything else is the exact same. And then let's just... Can we see outfits? We can. Okay, so this is my Freyer's outfits right here. Oh, I have 1 max weapon. My bad. 1 max weapon. And 1 max headpiece. So, yeah. And then Liz has... literally nothing maxed. I do have her Holy Relic. It's basically needed for her. Meliodas is like almost 100% built. Like, he has almost a 15% gear, and then Thonar has completely nothing maxed. So like, if you max out her weapons or her HP pieces, you can basically get a whole extra cosmetic if you invest into the team. So yeah, that's that. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. Hopefully this guide helped. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Best of luck. And in my opinion, if you're more free to play or semi-casual and don't have 11 million box CC, shoot for floor 2. I've seen people with 4 million box CC beat floor 3. Obviously, that's a bit of a stretch. So I think if you can do floor 2, then that is a worthwhile investment in my opinion, especially for when they bring out the final unit in a few months time, most likely. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care and peace out.